Hey, the bigger the crowd, right? Okay. All right, you doing our show. Okay, that's what we got to be. Okay? You have to be confident in your demo. All right? How do we gain confidence, Jasmine, from experience and knowledge? Right? The more knowledgeable you are, the more experience we got, Joni, the easier it is to get a sale. Okay? So, for example, some of these guys last week, I was talking to that I had sold a machine, and this individual talked to a friend, and it was not really a green light, but she said you should watch it. The lady didn't commit, but she gave me her number, said, hey, why don't you give her a call? She didn't say she'd watch a demo, but she's got a 20-year-old Rainbow. Okay, so I am so busy, and I called her, and make a long story short, she said, well, you know, I'm not going to buy anything, and I live way out here in Waxahachie, and I know that you're in Fort Worth. And she said, so I'm really not going to buy anything, so I don't want you to come out here and just waste your time. And I said, well, the amazing thing is, I'm going to be on the east side of Dallas anyway. So since I'm going to be on the east side of Dallas anyway, what am I, maybe 10, 15 minutes from you? I'm right down the road. Since I'm out there, how about I just pop by, and I can just show it to you real quick, and hey, if you don't want to buy anything, hey, you're not going to hurt my feelings whatsoever, but at least you'll know what's available. How's that sound? And then she goes, long pause, talks her husband in the back, and then they say, okay. And then I went out, and she wrote a check for it, so it's pretty positive. Now, the reason I really wanted to book that demo was because I knew if I could get in the house, what would probably happen?
So
They would buy. So what we have to have is we got to have that attitude, Misty, whenever we do a show, because how phenomenal the Rainbow is. We've got some awesome to show them. We have a great opportunity to get a sale. Okay, we're not there just to do a demo. We're there to make some money. Would you guys agree with that? Okay, and so some of these guys will kind of hear me joke around, and I call that PVs, and that's being a professional visitor. Right? We don't want to be a professional visitor. We want to get out there and do everything we can to help them get a clean and healthy home. So really what happens is, I think that when you're doing your demo, we're trying to work on the vac kill today. All right? If they don't buy, okay, what are they actually telling you about their vacuum? They're okay with it. Okay? That they're okay. Myself, my wife, and my 3 kids, we're all okay with the amount of dirt that our vacuum has left behind. Okay? So that's why it's so critical you gotta kill their machine. Because, Jasmine, this is so important where you gotta take the vacuum, you gotta turn it on, and have them smell it. Right? And you go, now let me ask you a question, is that pleasant or unpleasant?
unpleasant.
And what are we all doing that? Cody, we're turn on, let them smell.
Right.
Okay? So you have to do that. Okay? When you're done, you gotta commit them. Christian, hey, if this light was permanently attached to your vacuum, where every time you turn it on, you can see all that stuff pumping out of there, would you ever turn it on again?
No.
No way. Okay? James, if you got a product that doesn't work and you can't fix it, what do you do with stuff like that?
Discard it.
Exactly. Let's get this out of here. And then you take the vacuum and you set it off to the side. Okay? Now, once you do that and you come back, say, now, obviously, Joni, if you got rid of your vacuum, what would you have to clean your house with? A broom and a dustpan, right? But we know how bad those are, right? See, for the first 4 years they made the Rainbow, Rachel, the Rainbow was strictly an air cleaning machine. And then some smart dude at Rexair, we don't know who he was, but what he said, hey, the problem is not really the air, but Jennifer, it's everything else. It's your carpeting, it's your furniture, it's your blinds, it's your mattresses, it's your rugs, it's your flooring, all those things that hold huge quantities of dirt. So here's what our company did. Our company made a hose. Now, by taking a hose, put it in the Rainbow, have we turned the Rainbow into a vacuum? Of course not. If we took a hose, put it in your TV, we wouldn't turn your TV into a vacuum, right? So remember what the Rainbow is. The Rainbow is an air cleaning machine, but it has so many home cleaning capabilities. Let me show you. So that's how you lead in from your vac kill into your mini vac. Okay? That's important. Now, what I'm going to work on is ending of the show today. All right? So, demo. You need to pull loads of dirt pads with all the tools. Misty, we need to make sure we do a 50-stroke test, a 2-minute test, a test drive. We got to emphasize, okay, there's 1 of 2 ways to get rid of the dirt out of your house. One way is rip up all your carpet and throw it away, or 2, use a what?
Rainbow.
Which would be most practical?
Rainbow.
The rainbow. We have to, Cody, throughout the show, we have to establish between 3 to 5 times. This is real easy to remember. Okay, how often does the rainbow pay for itself?
Every 3 to 5 years.
Every 3 to 5 years, the rainbow pays for itself. So a real easy one to Christian to remember that is say that 3 to 5 times in your demo. So if you say it 3 to 5 times on your show, Danica, the chance of them getting that down is going to be pretty good. Makes sense, okay? So here's an example. After you get done with the air wash, all right, after you get done with the air wash, okay, and what the ultimate thing is, you have to go and buy candles, fragrance, plug-ins. This is an example of how the rainbow does what? Pays for itself every 3 to 5 years. So how you do that, Jennifer, okay, now watch. Now, Jennifer, this is an example of how the rainbow pays for itself every 3 to 5 years. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is I want to show you about vacuums, okay? Let me flip the page. See, there's a difference. Now watch. I'm going to say the exact same thing again. You guys ready? Okay, now Jennifer, this is an example of how the rainbow pays for itself every 3 to 5 years. Okay, now Cody, what word did I emphasize there?
Pays for itself.
Pays for itself every
3 to 5
years. When you get done doing the mini vac, one of the ultimate things you have to buy, you can actually clean with the rainbow, Rachel, 2,500 times to equal the price of one of them vacuum bags. This is an example of how the rainbow
Pays for itself.
every
3 to 5
years. See, there's two types of rainbow. There's 2 types of customers, Joni. One that pays for a rainbow and doesn't use one, or 2, they pay for a rainbow and they use one. Now let me ask you a question, Denise. If you're going to pay for something, do you think you deserve to use it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. So, like I know one of the customers that you had, Cody, their survey was like 12 grand, right?
Right.
12.5. So in that demo, what we're trying to emphasize is that they're paying for 5 rainbows, but not using one. Right?
Right.
So that's what you're really trying to show throughout the demo. When you get done with the tools, right? And you're showing how it's going to make your furniture last a lot longer. This is an example. The rainbow is going to pay for itself every 3 to 5 years. When you do the power nozzle, okay, we're going to talk about the sand, okay? So Jasmine, if you get rid of the sand out of your carpeting, that's going to make it last a lot longer. Would you agree? Yes. If it makes it last longer, that's going to save you some money, right? And saving money is important to you, isn't it? See, Jasmine, this is an example of how the rainbow is going to pay for itself
every 3 to
5 years, okay? Aquamate. If all you did was pull the Aquamate out twice a year, and he sat in your closet for 363 days, and you just use it twice a year, the rainbow would pay for itself within 5 years. Do you realize when you Aquamate, after you use it 10 times, the rainbow's paid for itself completely? See, the Aquamate is a perfect example of how the rainbow
pays for
itself
every
3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. So you've got to say that throughout the demo, okay? How many of the people that you guys did demos with that didn't buy love the dirt in our house? Just absolutely love the dirt. When you left, they took their vacuum on and did deep breathing exercises behind it. Nobody did that, right? Nobody likes the stuff. But what we got to do, James, right? We've got to take the rainbow from being a luxury item, because if your demo isn't as good, and listen, all you guys are so new in here, don't think for a second that I expect you guys to have a phenomenal demo. Okay, I know Jennifer, in about the next 20, 25 appointments you run, your demo is going to be phenomenal. You will be. Because what happens is, not only do the demos you put on, but the meetings you attend and the people you watch, Christian, it's amazing how much better your demo is. I mean, it's amazing. Guys, I went 6 months of my career and my selling percentage was 91%. Went 6 months. I had somebody that worked for us, Lori Johnson. She went a full year at 91%. A full year, and she normally sold around 12 to 15 a month. We had, and maybe James probably heard me say this before, we had a picture, and we put up Kobe Bryant at a banquet, and it showed Kobe getting ready to shoot, and then we had a picture of her, and it was side by side. And we said, who is a better chance, Kobe making a free throw or Lori selling a rainbow? And the numbers were Lori selling a rainbow. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So you can get so good at your demo, but also what we got to realize is we have to get very good at referrals. right? We have to be good at the leads. We have to have the shows. We got to get the shows to go show people how great the machine is. But see, an example of referrals, sometimes our referrals when you're new isn't quite as good is because our demo isn't quite as good. When people have a really killer, awesome demo, typically, Christian, they're getting lots of referrals because they like you and they like the machine. Okay? So let me spend, I got about 30 minutes with you guys. I'm going to work on the ending of your demo. Okay?